Very good evening to you. I hope your weekend is coming up well so far. Today we've got a lot tabled in for you, including the bottom-up approach, as Deputy President William Ruto is definitely popularizing his bottom-up approach in the western region. And also we will be looking at the high cost of living, as Kenyans are still continuing to express their displeasure amidst the high fuel prices, as they are now pointing fingers at the members of parliament. Remember, with these new fuel prices, the price hike was one of the highest in the country's history. And these new fuel prices, they come up amidst the harsh economic times persisting amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Now we've got these and a whole lot more here on TV 47 Weekend. Now let's take a look at the highlights. Tonight, Raila pitches tent in Coast.
Tunataka pwani yote tushikane pamoja. Kina mama wapewe fursa sawa na wanaume.
With calls for unity dominating his speech. Deputy President William Ruto drums up support for the bottom-up approach. Also,
ukiongeza bei ya mafuta, umeongeza bei ya maisha yote.
MPs faulted as Kenyans continue to choke due to high cost of living. Welcome to the broadcast. Remember, you can interact with us at TV 47 Kenya across all social media platforms. And Remo is our sign language interpreter. I am Muthoni Maina. Now, starting off, calls for unity dominated ODM leader Raila Odinga's visit of the coast region, with leaders present rubbishing Deputy President William Ruto bottom-up approach model. Maria Mocharo with the details.
ODM leader Raila Odinga's tour of the coast region entered day 2 today, with calls for unity dominating his speech.
Tunataka pwani yote tushikane pamoja. Kila mtu tunataka aingie ndani. Mnataka namna hiyo? Mnataka namna hiyo? Mimi niko pamoja na nyinyi. Tumwambia sasa wale watu wa Nyanza, shikeni mkia. Watu wa magharibi, shikeni mgongo. Watu bonde la ufa, shikeni koo. Watu wa northeastern, shikeni macho. Na nyinyi watu wa pwani, shikeni mdomo.
Raila's host, Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho, maintained that his 2022 presidential ambition is still intact.
Mimi nimerudia na narudia, mimi nimesema katika debe la urais, kama si Raila Amolo Odinga ni Hassan Joho. Na kama si Hassan Joho ni Raila Amolo Odinga. Na nawaambia kwa sababu za msingi, we no longer want to keep ourselves in a situation where year in, year out, all we do is to beg as if sisi sio wa Kenya kamili. Tunataka Raila akiunda serikali tuwe pale katikati, kihaki, kisheria, kimahitaji. Na mimi nawaambia, mimi sitaki kusema maneno mengi. Unajua haya yote ambayo yanasemwa, I want to be able baada ya kura inayokuja niwe katikati ya serikali, nibadilishe mwenyewe, nisiombe mwingine, my friend. Kama ni mtendo wa bandari, tutabadilisha wenyewe tukiwa ndani ya serikali. Kama ni mienendo wa kibiashara, tutabadilisha wenyewe tukiwa ndani ya serikali.
Other leaders
maneno ya kuzungumza, kila mtu wako na mdomo wa kuzungumza, lakini je, matendo yako ni yapi? Wakenya tusidanganywe, saa hizi ndio tunasikia kuna bottom up approach. Ulikuwa katika serikali tangu 1992. katika YK92, the day ambayo pesa ya Kenya ilianguka kiuchumi, wakati ambao mtu huyo alitengeza shilingi 500 feki ikasirculate katika taifa la Kenya na kuangusha uchumi wa Kenya marudufu. Leo ushasahau?
Ndio mimi nashangaa ati mtu anazunguka anasema ati Wilibaro. Kama tamu ya kwanza ulikuwa unatawala Kenya na mawaziri wote walitoka kwa kabila lako, leo ndio utatupatia faida yote? Halo, ulikuwa unatawala Kenya, Uhuru akachanganya mawaziri kila mahali, wewe wako wote ukachukua wa Rift Valley, leo unaniambia Pwani iko kwa mahesabu ya huyo mtu?
Our historical injustices, drought and the lack of inclusivity for the coastal region residents and leaders. ODM party leader Raila Odinga's visit to the coast is expected to come to an end tomorrow, where he shall proceed to Mandera, Wajir, Garissa, Isiolo and other counties and finalize his agenda for a unified resolution in Nairobi County. Mariam Wacharo, TV47, Mombasa County.
Thank you, Mariam, for that intricating report. Now, still on political matters, ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi took his charm offensive to Meru County, where he promised to bolster the country's economy if elected president. His Ford Kenya counterpart Moses Wetangula was in Butula, Busia County to woo voters. Joash Ansare with the details.
The ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi today pitched tent in Meru County to woo voters ahead of the 2022 elections.
Mimi mtomukiri natafuta kiti cha urais katika taifa letu. Mimi najua tukishikana tunaweza badilisha maisha ya Wakenya na uchumi wetu uwe bora na Mkenya apate pesa zaidi mfukoni.
Mudavadi was received by Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi, among other leaders, assured Kenyans that if elected the country's 5th president, he will develop policies that will improve the miraa market and trade in Meru County.
We come to select and vote for them. We know who is that person who we are supporting, and number 2, what does that person stand for.
Tunataka tusikize the plight of the miraa farmer, kwa sababu shida imeingia sana. Wale ambao walikuwa na uwezo wa kulipa school fees, wa kulipa madeni yao ya hospitali ama mambo mengine, sasa wanapata shida.
Elsewhere, Ford Kenya party leader Moses Wetangula was on charm offensive in Butula area, Busia County, and called on the youth to register as voters and exercise their democratic right in electing leaders of their choice in the next year's general election.
Sisi kama jamii za upande huu wa magharibi tunakuwa na shida moja au mbili kura ikifika. Shida ya kwanza, watu hawachukui vipande, hawajiandikishi.
According to Wetangula, the Western Kenya region has many voters and should determine Kenya's 5th president.
Mimi nawahimiza, kama huna kipande, enda chukua. Kama unacho, enda jiandikisha. Msipopiga kura, tutaendelea tu kuangalia na wengine wanatufinya, wengine wanatutawala, wengine wanatuchezea, wengine wanatucheka.
Joash Onsare, TV47.
Moving on, as Kenyans continue to choke due to rising cost of living occasioned by a hike in fuel prices, members of parliament have been blamed for fueling this situation. Boniface Barasa reports.
As the high cost of living continue to put Kenyans in a tight spot, MPs have been challenged to amend a bill that is attributed to the hike in fuel prices rather than making roadside declarations. Benson Milimo is an advocate of High Court of Kenya.
Wabunge wako na jukumu, na mimi nawauliza badala ya kuja kuongea na sisi kwa matanga ama kuja kwa barabara kwa public rallies kulia na kama wa Kenya vile sisi hatuna platform, wabunge wako na platform ya kwenda bunge na kurudisha ama kutoa hiyo tax katika mafuta. La pili, Energy Regulatory Authority ndio iko na uwezo wa kupeana bei ya mafuta. Vile wanasema standardization. Kwa hivyo vile serikali inaweza ita hiyo authority ikuje iwaulize kwa nini mmeweka bei ya mafuta hapa, na ina uwezekano kwamba inaweza rudisha hiyo chini hata kabla ijaenda bunge.
Meanwhile, bodaboda operators in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County have added salt to the injury by hiking the fare, with majority of customers now forced to walk.
Bei ya mafuta imepanda na imeleta shida kidogo. Juu wateja walikuwa wamezoea bei ya kawaida. Town service ulikuwa ukipeleka mteja mahali anakupea 30 bob. Lakini sasa hizi bei imepanda. Watu sasa hizi wapandi pikipiki wanatembea tu juu ya bei.
Kwa serikali hii ambayo ni ya Jubilee imetuhangaisha kweli. Juzi walikuwa wamepandisha mafuta, tuko na pambana tena na hali hiyo. Tena ndio hii tena wamepandisha hii mafuta. Sasa tutafanya namna gani?
Mimi ni muuza samaki hapa Kitale. Nimekuwa nikilipa box ya samaki shilingi 200 kutoka Lodwar ndio nibaki na kafaida ka 300. Sasa hizi box yenyewe inalipishwa 500, so inakuwa ni kazi useless. Hakuna biashara, hakuna faida.
Speaking in Butula, Busia County, Ford Kenya Party leader Moses Wetangula said the rise in fuel prices has led to the rise in prices of other basic commodities and urged the government to come up with urgent measures to address the situation.
Na ukiongeza bei ya mafuta, umeongeza bei ya maisha yote. Transport becomes expensive, manufacturing inaongezeka, bei hata ya unga, bei ya mkate, bei ya sukari, bei ya kila kitu. This is not fair to our population, and as leaders we demand that the government unconditionally reduces the price of fuel to where it was before the recent unreasonable increases.
On his part, ANC boss Musalia Mudavadi has challenged the government to find an alternative way of generating revenue rather than imposing taxes on petroleum products to burden Kenyans.
Ushuru kwa mafuta, kwa petroli imegonga Mkenya vibaya sana. Ukipata lita moja inaongezwa shilingi 8, hii ni shida kubwa sana. Kwa hivyo tena kama wananchi na kama Wakenya tuangazie pale tuone tutafanya.
Kenyans have urged the government to review the fuel prices to caution them from the high cost of living.
The fuel price increment is a double tragedy to Kenyans as they grapple with COVID-19 effects which has affected the country economically. Boniface Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Thank you, Boniface Barasa, for that report. Now it's time to take a very fast short break. We will be right back with more. Stay tuned.
Ability is common in everyone. Those abled differently also have immense ability.
Maybe we are not good in both, but we can be good in life.
They reach beyond the limits in their special, different way.
If the society can just be careful in what they call them and how they refer to them, that would at least be better.
They need to be loved. They have feelings. They would like to give love. It's a natural thing.
Catch their story on Beyond the Limit on TV47 every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
The brain does not exactly know how to differentiate physical pain from the psychological.
Nilikuwa na feel nimefeel hata watoi wangu.
This month, our sisters, mothers and friends share their heartfelt stories of the pain and struggles with Joy Irongo.
We are all about being authentic and sharing our lifetime experiences to speak hope and empower a woman who's probably going through a rough patch.
Join us as we unravel the heartache.
So the doctor told me she has only 2 weeks to live.
Mimi nilikaa tu miezi 2 tu nikiwa na furaha kwa ndoa.
Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
Are you looking to buy a home? Or are you looking to build one, yet you don't know where to start? Well, The Realtor is your home of real estate development information, whether you are looking to invest in the city or outside the city. We link you with the experts in the field, be it designing.
We have also a very nice lighting and then gypsum decoration on the top of the ceiling.
Roofing.
When you involve a professional in your construction, there is a difference. Project that has been delivered by a professional person and a project that has not been delivered by a professional person.
Interiors.
We are trying to go is for a mix of European and Middle Eastern look.
Everything all under one roof.
Welcome back. Now, Deputy President William Ruto today toured Kakamega County, where he continued to popularize his bottom-up economic model. Ruto, who was accompanied by leaders affiliated to UDA party, said the approach will reduce the gap between the rich and the poor in the country. Violet Auma reports.
Deputy President William Ruto's visit to Kakamega County began at the African Church of Holy Spirit in Malava Sub-County.
Nimeongea na wabunge walio hapa ya kwamba nitawataja tu majina kwa heshima ya kanisa. Yale mambo mengine mengi tutaenda kuongea pale nje.
Later, Ruto addressed Kakamega residents outside the church, where he dismissed those against his bottom-up economic model, saying it will close the gap between the rich and the poor in the country.
Safari hii hatubadilishi katiba mpate vyeo na mamlaka. Safari hii tunabadilisha uchumi, ndio mwananchi mdogo apate kazi kwanza, na mfanyabiashara mdogo apate pesa ya kufanya biashara kwanza, ndio mama mboga na ule wa bodaboda na ule mdogo ashughulikiwe kwanza, na wale wanajiita masuper CS wapange na waeleze taifa vile mambo ya mafuta tutateremsha chini. Bei ya maisha ya Wakenya inaenda juu, and we want to tell the government, all the people, laini yote ya serikali wawache kutesa Wakenya kwa kuongeza bei ya mafuta.
According to Ruto, the bottom-up approach model will address the socio-economic needs of the poor, urging leaders to embrace it. Ruto was accompanied by leaders affiliated to UDA party, including Mumias East Member of Parliament Benjamin Washeli, Kiharu MP Dindi Nyoro, his Sirisia counterpart John Waluke, Kiambu legislator Kimani Chungwa, former Sports Minister Rashid Echesa, among other leaders, who praised the church's effort to initiate reconciliation process between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto.
Your Excellency, nakushukuru. Unaambia taifa kwamba vile mapadri wanataka msalamiane na rafiki yako Uhuru for a second time. Umesema yes unconditionally. Shame kwa watu ambao wanaenda kupotosha Uhuru. Naibu wa rais, wacha wakupelalishe kwa hii miezi 9 imebaki. Tutachukua serikali, na kwa sababu sisi wewe naibu wa rais uko na roho safi, tutawasamehe. Handshake katikati yako na Uhuru Kenyatta iende kwa haraka, imechelewa. Tunataka muungane pamoja, sisi tuende tukifanya kazi ambayo imebakia.
During his tour, Deputy President made 2 stopovers in Kakamega town, where he said he is optimistic that the next government will be formed by those he referred to as hustlers.
Sasa hivi wameungana hao watu wote kusema huyu ni mtu ambaye hajulikani, baba yake hajulikani, atafai kuwa rais. Serikali ya 2022 inaundwa, itaongozwa na William Simiyu Ruto.
Kila sisi watu huko Mlima Kenya tunajua kujipanga. Tunajipanganga. Safari hii mnajua tumejipanga. Si mnajua tuko na presidential candidate. Anaitwa nani? William Samoei Simiyu.
Shida yenu itaisha ikilinganishwa na ile kura mtapiga 2022. Mtapigia naibu wa rais kura awe rais wa Kenya.
Violet Auma, TV47, Kakamega.
Moving on, drug abuse, especially among the youth, has been a thorn in the flesh, with the government now warning drug traffickers of tough actions. A crackdown to weed out the drug peddlers is ongoing in Garissa and neighboring counties. The county government says it will crack down on drug peddlers in Garissa County to root out drug abuse and the sale of illicit liquor in the county. Speaking during the launch of the Garissa County Rapid Response Initiative to eliminate counterfeit drinks, County Commissioner Boaz Cherutich said that the government will take stern action against the drug dealers and traffickers.
Kuanzisha vita dhidi ya pombe haramu katika Narok County, na nauliza wale ambaye wanapika, wanauza pombe haramu, watafute kitu ingine ya kufanya. Tutahakikisha ya kwamba baa zote ama mahali popote pombe inauzwa kuna license, na hiyo license lazima iwe displayed. Tunataka kuhakikisha kwamba ile pombe inauzwa ni pombe ambayo iko na stamp ya Kenya Bureau of Standards.
The general public was urged to share intelligence reports with the security agencies to ensure that further action is taken.
Ya kuapply hizo license ya kurani hiyo kitu. Mtu anakuja anasema anaweka ndani ya town, lakini unakuta anapeleka kwa estate ambayo watu wanaishi. Wanapeleka hata mpaka kijijini ndani ya ng'ombe huko.
Elsewhere, students at the Turkana University College have been urged to shun drug abuse. Addressing more than 400 new students at the institution, Principal Professor George Ndiema urged the students to prioritize learning to ensure a better future lies in front of them.
Important for our students to ensure that they avoid the problems of drug abuse and also alcohol, especially illicit alcohol that basically is sold around, and we expect our students to ensure that they keep clean so that they don't get drug and disorderly.
Meanwhile, the Security Committee in Lamu County has reported an improvement of security in the county, especially in Boni Forest area. The chairperson of the committee, who is also the Lamu County Commissioner Irongo Masharia, while inspecting the road projects in the area, confirmed that the incidences of insecurity have decreased as calm has been restored in the county.
Tajwa ni kwamba huu mradi ukiwa mradi wa security umeimarisha usalama wa kaunti hii yetu kwa njia kubwa sana. Hasa tangu huu mradi ulianza, Wakenya wameanza kutembea hapa wakiwa huru. Tunajua kwamba msitu wa Boni pia kumekuwa pahali no go zone, na kwa leo pahali tunaongea kwa sasa ilikuwa hotspot, inaitwa kwa Moro Bridge. Lakini tunaweza kuja hapa tusimame, tuongee na waandishi wa habari, tuangalie mradi na tuweze kuendelea mpaka kwenda Ijara, hata pia kwenda Kiunga.
Now, leaders in Baringo have called on the government to offer a permanent solution to the ongoing banditry attacks in Laikipia that have claimed the lives of more than 8 people in the past 1 month, among them 3 police officers. Speaking during the burial of late KDF officer Robert Amdani, who is among the 3 security officers killed in the line of duty, the leaders have decried the impact of the attacks that have lasted decades on the lives and livelihoods of residents. David Muthoka reports.
A military band. One last blow of the trumpet in honor of their fallen colleague. Then, 21 gun salute. All part of the befitting send-off of slain KDF officer Robert Amdani, as his colleagues in the force made one last march with his remains in the casket. Emotions ran high for a family yet to come to terms with the brutal end of its sole breadwinner. Deployed to the restive Laikipia region to flush out bandits and protect the lives and livelihoods of thousands of residents, he put his life at risk, paying the ultimate price, with the curtains falling on his 6 years of service in the force.
Leo tunaposika ndugu wetu Amdani, tunataka kumwambia serikali wakama out very clear, watuambie sisi ni wa Kenya ama sisi ni second hand, because hatuwezi uliwa namna hii. Kesho hata ula tumemwombea Mungu apate kazi, tayari imerudi na sanduku.
In the burial held in Bartabwa, Baringo County, local leaders called on the government to tackle banditry once and for all, citing how lives and livelihoods have been lost in the wake of the decade-long banditry attacks in various Rift Valley counties.
Tunaendelea kushika wale ambao raia ambao wanawawa na wakora, tunaendelea tena kushika askari ambao wanawawa na wakora. So kwa hivyo nataka niseme ya kwamba serikali, they have to pull up their socks.
Sentiments that were echoed by their counterparts in the Amaya Triangle Initiative, among them Baringo Senator Gideon Moi, Governors Stanley Kiptis, Lee Kinyanjui, Ndiritu Murithi, and Isiolo Deputy County Boss Abdi Isa, who also condemned the recent killings and violence experienced in Laikipia and Baringo counties.
It is absolutely unacceptable that at this day and age, Kenyans are in conflict with each other. I do not want to put them or box them into between pastoralists and farmers. No, these are Kenyans.
It's not acceptable for any one of us to forcefully enter somebody else's property. And as we have said, all we need to do, all of us, is to follow law and order, and for government to enforce law and order and the rule of law.
Over the recent past, we have witnessed a lot of violence. We have witnessed people losing their livelihoods and losing also their lives. And this cut across not only the citizen, but also those of us who are employees of the national government and county government. We have all suffered.
This comes at a time when 2 other security officers and 5 civilians have died in the past month in the ongoing attacks in Laikipia. The late Amdani is survived by his wife and 3 children.
At the end of the day, ukifanya percentage ya mayatima katika mashule ya sehemu hii ni 50% ama 60%. Na ila serikali anatuambia wanalinda watu na mali yao.
David Mudhoka, TV47.
Indeed, our nation owes a huge debt to its fallen heroes that we can never repay. Now, heartfelt condolences to the families affected. Moving on, the government has today received 200,000 doses of Sinopharm vaccines from the Chinese government. This comes as the 3-day free vaccination exercise for Matatu operators entered day 2. Faith Wero with the details.
The COVID-19 vaccination campaign for Matatu operators that was launched Friday entered day 2 today, with the government optimistic that it will achieve their 100,000 people targeted for the vaccination drive by tomorrow.
Our target population by the end of the week, not only for the Matatus but also for the informal settlements, will be 100,000, and we are very positive that we'll be able to have given the vaccine to this target population within the next 1 week.
Elsewhere, in Makueni County, the Ministry of Health, in conjunction with the county government of Makueni, has distributed 200,000 masks to primary and secondary schools in the region as a strategy to combat the spread of the coronavirus among students. Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana have urged teachers who have not been vaccinated to get the jab so as to ensure safety to the students.
If there are any who have not yet received vaccines, to do so.
Today, Kenyan government has received 200,000 Sinopharm vaccines from the Chinese government. This is the 5th type of COVID-19 vaccine in the country, alongside AstraZeneca, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer.
Let me state from the very onset and assure you and assure every Kenyan that the Sinopharm vaccine is a safe vaccine, as I said, approved by WHO.
Meanwhile, the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, KMPDU, has lamented over what they term as lack of awareness about the COVID vaccine among health practitioners and members of the public.
During our engagements with the community is that the people that we expect to have information about the vaccine have not been adequately trained, have not been given adequate information to dispel some of the myths that are going around.
Today, Kenya has recorded 515 new cases from a sample size of 7,981 in the past 24 hours. The positivity rate now stands at 6.5%. 15 more people have succumbed to the virus. Faith Weru, TV 47.
Thank you, Faith Weru, for that report. Now it's time to take yet another short break. We will be right back with more.
Ability is common in everyone. Those abled differently also have immense ability.
Maybe we are not good in both, but we can be good in life.
They reach beyond the limits in their special, different way.
If the society can just be careful in what they call them and how they refer to them, that would at least be better.
They need to be loved. They have feelings. They would like to give love. It's a natural thing.
Catch their story on Beyond the Limit on TV 47 every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
The brain does not exactly know how to differentiate physical pain from the psychological.
Nilikuwa na feel nimefeel hata watoi wangu.
This month, our sisters, mothers and friends share their heartfelt stories of the pain and struggles with Joy Irongo.
We are all about being authentic and sharing our lifetime experiences to speak hope and empower a woman who's probably going through a rough patch.
Join us as we unravel the heartache.
So the doctor told me she has only 2 weeks to live.
Mimi nilikaa tu miezi 2 tu nikiwa na furaha kwa ndoa.
Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
Are you looking to buy a home? Or are you looking to build one, yet you don't know where to start? Well, The Realtor is your home of real estate development information, whether you are looking to invest in the city or outside the city. We link you with the experts in the field, be it designing.
We have also a very nice lighting and then gypsum decoration on the top of the ceiling.
Roofing.
When you involve a professional in your construction.
The home of untold stories.
Welcome back to TV47 Weekend. Now, they say only a mother knows the pain of losing a child. The dark pain and deep scars cannot be described. Our reporter Kimodo Karanu visited Kanjakoma village 2 months after the death of the 2 brothers who were allegedly killed by the police and filed this report.
It is more than a month now since 2 brothers allegedly died at the hands of police officers in Kanjakoma village in Embu County. Kenyans might have already forgotten about the incident and moved on with their lives. However, the mother of the 2 brothers says the wound is still fresh.
Sasa nimemaliza kama mwezi sasa. Hata kutokea kwa soko. Naona haya. Sisikii kukutana na watu wengi. Hata kwa chama zile tunaendaga kama hii ni chama sasa na walikuwa na mkutano siku nyingine tulikuwa nayo Saturday na marafiki. Niliwaambia sitaweza.
When Catherine Wawira was informed about the deaths of her children, she was shattered. She says her life changed and it has never been the same again.
Kama kahawa, majani chai, mashamba, sijui naendanganya na sisikii kwenda huko. Ndio sasa kina Beni wangekuwa ningekuwa na watuma.
Wawira and her husband had agreed to have 4 children only so that they can provide them with a better life. She regrets the decision.
Sasa hiyo kitu bado inaniudhi. Sahizi hata ukisema uzae mtoto mwingine utazaa Ben ama Emmanuel. Hivyo tutakaa hivyo tu. Tuweke maneno yote kwa Mungu.
Her late son's vision and dreams so fresh in her mind.
Hata kama hapo.
One of her sons, Benson, had a passion in cooking while his brother Emmanuel was a good farmer.
Alikuwa anauza majani chai na alikuwa amefuga kuku yake. Bado ni mimi naamkia kupea chakula. Ilikuwa project yake ya December juu wanauzanga kuku. Sasa ilikuwa project yake, sasa naiona na kumbuka Ben. Emmanuel naye alikuwa anasema unajua ni mimi napikanga hizo kuku. Sasa naona ile njiko anapikanga nayo na ile furaha wanakuanga nayo juu anakuanga na marafiki zao wote. Hiyo kitu haitakuweko.
Catherine makes her departed son's bed every morning, and she says she will do this for the rest of her life. According to Catherine, this is how she connects with her sons.
Mama ya watoto na kila siku naamka napitia hizo bedroom zao natandika hizo vitanda zao hata kama hapo.
Last week, this mother gained courage and strength to collect her son's belongings from college and arrange them as they used to.
Magu ya Emmanuel kutoka Kabara kilikuja nikazibanga hapa kwa wardrobe.
Catherine's only hope is that she will get justice for her sons.
Indeed, the fact that Catherine Wawira has made it a routine to make her beloved sons' beds every single day as a sign of connecting with them sends a strong statement that it is the mother's instinct to protect their memory waiting upon justice to be served. We're definitely still sending our deepest sympathies to the family. Now, moving on, the International Fund for Agricultural Development has launched a program to support local agribusiness enterprises initiated by the youth in the country. The venture, dubbed Job Open to the Youth Joy, targets to strengthen the ability of the community-based self-help groups, youth groups, and agricultural-oriented small and medium enterprises as well as startups to improve their agricultural productivity, to contribute to food security and nutrition, as well as having better market linkages. Chichi Josephine with the details.
Very simple example was on
The initiative themed boosting rural youth employment opportunities through the integrated agribusiness hubs in Kenya, which was being implemented by Ustadi Foundation, International Labour Organization and Procasa, is set to support 1,250 youths in Nakuru, Kilifi and Kakamega counties.
We have started this journey together and we have to move together up to the end if we have to achieve or realize the best results.
Ustadi Foundation Chief Executive Officer George Mazuri said that the 3-year program worth 137,650,000 aims to roll out 3 business incubation hubs at the Center of Excellence for Livestock Innovation and Business Projects at Egerton University, Pwani University and Shamberere Technical Training Institute in Nakuru, Kilifi and Kakamega counties, respectively.
The project is basically looking at how we can boost employment opportunities for the youth, rural youth, through the use of integrated, agribusiness hubs. So we're going to use hubs to get to the youth.
Coelib Director Professor Kahindi Moli called on policymakers to develop innovative financing concepts, strategies to identify and fund sustainable agriculture projects, and platform to identify young people interested in agriculture and agribusiness.
And that is why we are also collaborating with the Joy project. You are aware that we are the ones who will be the principal hub. With the principal hub, what that means, it will be up to us now to build the capacity of the other satellite hubs. So because we have that experience, That's why now the project felt it wise that with our experience, we can simply build the capacity of the other hubs in Kilifi County, as well as another hub in Kakamega County.
About 60% of the unemployed Kenyans are aged below 35 years old, with at least 500,000 young people joining the labor market every year. Chichi Josephine reporting for TV47, Nakuru.
Moving on, workers at the Embu Water and Sewerage Company, EWASCO, have threatened to go on strike after the company's board of directors dismissed the management team, including the managing director. Residents of Embu town have been notified to brace for tough times as the workers plan to shut down all the operations in the company. Gotv Kiremi, the Embu branch chair of Kenya County Government, has termed the termination of the management services as non-procedural. He has encouraged Embu town residents to store water in case they are forced to shut down all water services.
For the union makes us strong.
We as the employees of Embu Water, we feel we are totally dissatisfied by their behavior, what they are doing. It's totally unacceptable. When the bond chair comes to our institution, all of a sudden, he expels all our top management verbally. These guys, they have their own contract. How comes you come and then tell someone, can you move out of the office? That one is totally unprocedurally. So what we need, we demand all what they have done to be reversed immediately. If this is not going to happen, we are telling the people of Embu, we EWASCO staff, we are going to ground our services, and the people who are going to suffer is you, the residents. And we don't want that thing to reach to that extent. The simple reason is we are giving the services to the people of Embu, those kind of interferences, giving some demands which are baseless. We are tired and we are fed up with that. Comrades power. Comrades power.
Kuna utaratibu ule unafaa kufuatiliwa kama ni kuwaondoa, lakini haiwezekani kuwa naondolewa wote mara moja. Hii haiwezekani. Juu hata wakuja siku moja wote. Kama ni mmoja sio wote. Kwa hivyo wakitolewa wote inaonekana kama kuna mambo mengine. Anata makosa hata wanjui na vitu zingine. Inaonekana kama kuna vitu zingine zinaendelea ambao wanataka kuondolewa ili wao waweze kuendesha majukumu yao ambayo hailingani na vile kampuni kwa supposed kuwa inaendelea.
So we are not ready to let the management be intimidated by those people, the board members. They have their mandate, the management have their mandate, and they must stop what they are doing immediately. And if they fail to do so, ni sisi tutaacha kufanya venye tunafanyia wananchi.
Moving on, Kirinyaga County Bar Owners Association has raised concerns over harassment of liquor traders by the county government over unpaid business licenses, despite a valid court order barring the county from harassing them. Addressing the press in Kutus in Mwea, the association's chairman, Anthony Musheke, accused the said employees of continuously invading the premises, harassing them. Musheke has, however, urged Governor Anne Waiguru to agree to an out-of-court settlement, since no licenses have been issued since 2019. When the dispute arose, the case will be mentioned on September 28th.
Paka wakati huu kuna members ambao wanapewa vitisho na wafanyi kazi wa county government ambao hatujui kama wanatumwa na ofisi. Tunataka kusema kwamba labda kuna wakora katika ile ofisi ya county government ambao hawajui ya kwamba kesi bado iko kotini. Ile wafanyi biashara wa pombe walistaki county government na itatajwa tarehe 28 mwezi huu, halafu tupewe direction ya kusema kwamba kesi itafanywa wakati gani. Na kwa hivyo kuuliza wale wanaoenda kule katika wafanyi biashara wakiwatishia kwamba lazima watoe leseni, waambiwe kwamba bado kesi yetu iko kotini.
Tangu COVID ingie hatujaweza kuwa tukifanya biashara vizuri. Tumekuwa tukiharasiwa, watu wengi hata biashara zao nyingi wengi wamefunga kwa sababu wengi wanaharasiwa na polisi, wengine machifu wanawasumbua, na hii biashara imeingililiwa sana. Ombi langu ni serikali kuu itusaidie kwa hayo yote, itufungulie biashara ya pombe, na serikali ya kaunti wote watufungulie biashara ya pombe, kwa sababu hii biashara ni biashara kama zile zingine.
Nao wale viongozi ambao tuko nao na hawana na shughuli na mufanye biashara Kirinyaga, lazima tutasukuma yeye kando kabisa ya reli. Hiyo tumeamua.
Madam Governor